My name is Joe Leinburd. Joseph is my first name, actually. I was born in February 17, 1922, in Romania. The town was Suceava. My family, my father, Nathan, Nuchem, and my mother was Leah. And my brother was Jacob. He was 3 years older than me. My dad used to go to synagogue every Shabbat. In the house it was kosher, of course, but no more than that. I started to play violin when I was 8, 7.5, 8. I played tennis, I played soccer. Ping pong was my big sport. And after years of playing, I was champion in my province. I was 17 years old, 16, 17 years old. We heard what's going on in Europe, in Germany. We saw the newspapers. We saw also that the newspapers started to write in more typing the letters a little bit larger and deeper on the newspaper. It's not disappearing. They wanted to be seen by the people. And we saw right away that the Romanian government is kind of not being against Germany or against what's happening. They were kind of saying, okay, let it be so. They didn't agree with it, but they didn't say no. And then started the whole bad stories. They started to be anti-Semitic in Romania. Jews were afraid to go at night on the street, and it was bad. Some people were killed, some people were robbed. They were stopped to go in stores. They were attacked on the street walking. It was very bad. And people were running, leaving the country, and we were looking forward to leave the country. So we packed up whatever we had, and we were sent a certain day on a Friday afternoon. We were sent to the station. You had to go exactly there in time and be in time and not bring more than you can carry in your hands. The more that we carried was my violin and my brother's violin. I had his violin, he didn't play it, but I had two of them. We had so many, and nothing from the house except clothes and so on. And we sent to a train station, and we knew exactly where to stay and wait for the cars to come. We were pushed in, and we actually met some people that we didn't know. We knew they are Jews, all of them. But we got to know them, and we were praying that we are going to arrive in time. We didn't know, they didn't tell us when you're going to arrive. But there was no fighting in the train, because we were all Jews. We all had our own complaints. The train, they were locked up the doors from the outside, so whatever happened, somebody sick or whatever, we didn't know where we were going. We know we were going in the territory, Ukraine, but we didn't know where we were going to stop. And we traveled to the border Dniester. The Dniester is the border between Romania, Bessarabia, and Ukraine. There was a border. There were some soldiers waiting for us to come down, and they told us we are going to line up different areas, and we are going to let you know, we are going to ask you where you want to go. We are going to tell you that the different towns. We did not know exactly the towns, but the soldiers, they were Romanian soldiers, talking Ukrainian too. They told us you're not very far, you're about 2 hours from the train station. And we crossed the river by boat. We were afraid the boat is going to sink. There were more people on the boat than we could take. But we came in safely in. The only thing that was a little bit positive was that my dad knew the language, so he could hear them talking between them, what is happening to us and what is going to, where we are going to be sent and what is going to finally be, you know. And so we crossed the river and we came to a town, and the town was a small town in Ukraine, Morafa. There were few Jewish people living there that you can live, or somebody wants to help you move in. So that's what we did. My dad was already, in the language-wise, he was fine. So we moved into a Jewish home. Kenny was the name. They were nice to us, they were Jews. They told us not to be afraid. We have enough Jews in town. It's a small town, but there's no cars, there's nothing modern. But the homes are small. The streets are muddy, but they don't kill here. But you're going to stay here until the war is over. That was our hope. But our life in itself changed to the position that my dad couldn't go to synagogue. We didn't have kosher stuff. We didn't know where to go. We didn't have enough money. We had to exchange what we had. We got involved with a little Jewish community there. They were with us. They were sorry what was happening to us, but they helped us. And we helped them in other ways too, to get to a doctor and get medications. And our doctors from our town got to know them. So we got involved in a little bit of work together. We didn't feel any anti-Semitism at all. The Ukrainians were nice to us. No rough things. They took advantage of us that we have a little bit more money than they have, but nothing serious. It was a quiet, very quiet life. Mentally, a different story, but physically, it was fine. There was a Romanian organization, had an office. They had our name on there, and we didn't hear from them at all. What they were there for is just to take possession of the territory and so on, but no other things. When the Russians came in, we knew that the Germans are being beaten a few hundred miles from us. So they were talking to us, they were eating with us, they were very, very open to us, the Russians in the Ukraine. And then came the time that we went home. We went over to the border with Romania, with Bessarabia, and we got on the train, and we came into my hometown. And we heard on the street people saying, "Oh, the Leinburds are coming back," in Romanian. The Leinburds are coming, not with hate. They were talking between themselves. We could hear them. They were talking Romanian, but they were kind of satisfied that we are coming home and the war is over and the Germans are not there anymore. So they didn't have probably a good time with the Germans either. So that's what we heard all the way home. I got involved with a girl that I liked. I liked her to come home with me. We didn't work out. My brother liked the girl and she came after, but my brother married her. The girl that I had in mind was away for a year and I missed her. I was waiting for her to come back and I married her. So we were all set already, kind of free. I got married 2 days before we left the country. We decided, while we were freedom, we decided to leave Romania, to leave Europe, to go maybe to Israel. We had papers to go to Israel, by the way. But to leave Romania and to go to Canada or the States. So we made papers. We got papers. We got invoiced already for the trips from the border to the boat ride and to my hometown. So we were very happy that we were overly helped, more than we expected. So I went to pick up my passport to Vienna. I went to Hungary and I got my paperwork there. I got how should I say, I got the, not invitation, but the approval of Hungary to go to Italy, and from Italy to Canada.